Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's look at some of the stocks on the move today here in Europe. I'm Caroline Hepker with Charles Capel, and we're joined by Bloomberg reporter Chloe Millay. Good morning, Chloe.
Good morning.
Let's start by thinking about defence stocks. Rheinmetall, how is it being affected by the ongoing conflict in the Middle East and what might happen in Europe?
Yeah, well, we have those defence names that have been really on a positive trajectory throughout the week, really. So we've seen Rheinmetall, but also Hensoldt, Rank, all of those names really moving higher, and this is a continuation of that happening today because, of course, more geopolitical tensions, more conflicts, that's always kind of good news for those defense companies. It means more military spending, or at least the expectation of more military spending, and that then translates into more orders, higher earnings. And so today we are very much seeing that again with those names in the green as well. And, you know, the war is showing no signs of letting up. We've got Trump saying that he wanted to clean out Iran's leadership structure. He had names in mind for a takeover. We've now got a dozen countries being embroiled in the conflict. So until we've got more clarity on how this war ends and when it ends, we're likely to see those defense companies extend those gains further.
And now turning to Lufthansa in what has been a difficult time for airlines. Talk us through their situation.
Yeah, it's very interesting from Lufthansa because, you know, the context of the last few days have been really tough on airline share prices, and we've seen them really struggle because of flight cancellations and then also the expectation of higher fuel prices. But then today, Lufthansa came out with earnings, and it said that it expects profit in 2026 to be significantly above 2025. And then in terms of its positioning with the Middle East situation, it said that, of course, there's uncertainty that is going to be a challenge, but it also spoke about it as an opportunity. You know, it was considering adding flights on routes to Asia and Africa because of growing demand for long-haul routes. So this points to the conflict potentially being an opportunity for airlines that are not based in the Middle East, because they can expand their capacity to connect Asia, Africa, Europe without going through those Middle Eastern hubs. And so we saw Lufthansa shares moving higher, but then also driving up IAG and Ryanair this morning. So injecting a little bit of optimism in that airline industry.
And then away from the fallout from the Middle East, there is one company that has moved very significantly to the downside. That is Zealand Pharma. What's the issue there?
Yeah, major drop because of an experimental obesity drug that it developed with Roche, which has really failed to impress investors. So the shot helped patients lose as much as 10.7%, but then that doesn't clear the bar of 13 to 15 that was set by some analysts. So now that really puts into question those two companies' ability to make an entrance into that really competitive obesity market, which is, of course, dominated by Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk. But, you know, this is really a bit of a setback. The drug was really the centerpiece of a big $5 billion partnership between those two companies. Not everything is over, not everything is lost. The side effects were pretty mild, and then the product could be potentially positioned as a weight loss maintenance rather than initial weight loss. But in any case, the sales expectations are definitely lower, and so that is really dragging down those shares this morning.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.